we want to know who is Kegwayhun Tep, the president of NSF. If you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, NE8, for this opportunity. In fact, as my name goes, it is very difficult and complicated. I think so also my nature. I grew up from Seminyu, from my own hometown, where most of my friends were from my own community. So when I passed out my SSLC examination, I joined institution in Kohima. And from there only I came to realize that my name is very difficult. And lately I also came to learn that I think I also have a very complicated nature like my name. Yeah. So I'm here today.
And if you could describe yourself in three words, how would you describe it?
I think in a way I am very emotional, but I think I'm very strong also, and I should consider myself as one hard-working individual, and also I am determined and I am focused.
Where you are today as the president of the Naga Federation, how did you get here? How was your journey, and if you could just give us a glimpse of it.
If I have to look back, my desire or my dream was not to serve the people initially, but as I grew up, there was a call within my heart. I'm from a small village. I should say that we always lag back, including my village and as a community. So I was wondering whether I can take up this responsibility, not as the president of Naga Students Federation, but the challenge was whether I can lead my people, whether I can contribute something for my people, or whether I can deliver justice. So those were the goal within myself, and accordingly, with the change of time, God has blessed me with an opportunity to represent my people, to serve in the Naga Students Federation, and with the support of all my friends, all my seniors, I think I have reached this far, and I am praying and hopeful that God will open lots of doors in the future as well.
Were you a bright student when you were in your school days?
No, I was just an average student during my school days, and I cannot even talk to teachers inside my own classroom. Those were the days. But when I joined college, I started getting opportunity to represent my class and so forth, and for which I think those things has molded me at least somehow. Yeah.
Can you give us a glimpse of your school days? Where did you study, and where have you studied till now with your education qualifications?
I did my high school in Don Bosco School, Seminyu, and thereafter I joined St. Joseph College, class 11 and 12, and I graduated from Baptist College, Kohima.
What are your thoughts on the new government that is to be formed? That is on the formation process. Can you share your thoughts on that?
See, if we look at the reflection of the election, before I comment on the formation or the expectation from the new government, the way I see as a young man, I have seen in almost all the constituency that electioneering system is not fair enough, and we cannot solely blame the candidates, and we cannot blame the electorates also. But I feel that the way we are conducting election, I foresee that any elected MLA may find very difficult to deliver justice. But no matter what, I feel, and the expectation of young people is that we are, in almost all the manifestos and agendas, almost all the leaders, they have been propagating that they have to start focusing on young people and students community. Considering the unemployment issues as well as lots of issues. So we are very positive, and we are anticipating that the government of the day, the newly formed government, will come out with innovative policies to promote our Naga youths. And that is our anticipation, besides roads, transport, and power, water supply. And we are also anticipating that major reforms should take place in education department, and that is our expectation.
On the day you were elected, while briefing the people, you have mentioned that Naga society was on the verge of self-destruction and tribalism,
Right.
which were destroying the fabric and credibility of our own society. Would you kindly give us a little bit more on that?
See, in almost every Naga platform, every leaders, they will talk about unity of Naga people. But every now and then, when you happen to enter into any kitchen, they will start talking about other tribes, other communities, my community, their community. And that is, I think, destroying the actual Naga people. Now, we are talking about Naga people and then tribalism, or we are talking about the society we live being fabricated. I think Naga people as a whole, I think we have to come outside the parameter of our comfort zone. They are needless to mention, but let me tell you, I think Naga Students Federation, let me not go beyond. It is almost, at the point of some people are giving an effort to destroy this sacred institution. That is what I can comment. So if we feel that Naga Students Federation, with a vision which was formed, if we feel that this is the right platform which can deliver justice, which can truly represent the voices and aspiration of the Naga people, I think instead of having a negative concern towards the platform, I think we have to start strengthening the Naga Students Federation.
A lot of people have misconceptions on the nature and characteristics of Naga Students Federation. Have you ever given a thought on this matter? If so, what would or should be done, especially to the youths of Nagaland, to know about NSF?
The nomenclature itself says it's a student body, and we cannot deny the fact that this is a student's body. But when we look back at the principle and on what basis it was formed, when Naga people were confused, in a sense, when Naga people have a very limited number of educated people who are doing their studies, basically Naga Students Federation was formed, if I can recall, when few Naga people were in Shillong, in Assam, studying. They felt the need that a common platform should be created for Naga youths and students community, and basing on that, we can assert the position, and we can protect the identity of the Naga people. And on that, with those visionary principles, Naga Students Federation was formed, and for which today many people, particularly in the social media, they used to point their fingers that Naga Students Federation should focus more on students' welfare issues. In fact, we are not denying, but if I have to comment, the founding principle of Naga Students Federation is very loud and clear, and for which we never refuse to comment and assert the position of Naga people at large. Of course, with the passage, with the change of time, we are also trying to catch hold of all the challenges, and I should say that we are not sidelining the students' welfare issues, but we are also giving more attention to deliver justice on students' welfare issues as well. So those are few things which I want the viewers to understand.
Can you give us a brief insight on the process of electing NSF executives?
At the moment, the strength of the Naga Students Federation is the federating units and the subordinate bodies. At the moment, in fact, we have lots of Naga recognized tribes which is under the fold of Naga Students Federation. But for the functioning and for the decision making of the Naga Students Federation, we have 17 federating units. So the electioneering system of federation is such that every federating units have two representatives to cast their vote, and which means we have 32 ballots to decide the fates of the leaders of Naga Students Federation.
Were your family also supportive when you mentioned that you would be going joining NSF, or were there any holdback?
As I have said, I did my PG in Finance and Accounting, Commerce. So when I completed my studies, I was serving in different sector. Just before I joined Naga Students Federation, I was teaching in one college. So when I decided to join Naga Students Federation, my parents also knows that it is a full-time activity where I have to give. So they were very doubtful. But since I need their blessings and I need their favor, somehow I managed to convince them, and I accordingly joined Naga Students Federation in the year 2019.
What motivated you to jump? You said you were teaching, but then you decided to join NSF. What motivated you? What was the source of inspiration for you?
See, as I've said, when I started exploring myself during my college days, there was a zeal in my heart where can I do something for my people, or can I do this right? Those were the inspiration, a call within myself. So as I grew up, though I could not give my 100% in social activities because of my studies and because of my professions, but I was more or less very much involved in civil society organization as well as student activities. So those are my inspiration which has inspired me.
The NSF has also been very vocal on NSSB issue.
Yes, sir.
From Viva was a reduction from 12.5% to 5%.
Right.
However, there has been so many suggestions that interview system should be removed.
Right,
or,
right.
It should not be there once the written examination has been done. What would you say on that?
I should say this is the voice of the people, not only Naga Students Federation. And we also understand and acknowledge the fact that there were also other organizations and unions which push forward to enable NSSB to happen. But at the most, we want to acknowledge and we want to thank the government, particularly our Honorable Chief Minister. When we first met him, he himself was impressed with our proposal. And I think with that, NSSB came into being. Now, including the elected members as well as any right-thinking citizens, they felt that NSSB has to be transparent. So when we talk about transparency, I think it has to be done through action in the form of recruitment. And we have been repeatedly saying this. We are not undermining the integrity and sincerity of the board members. But we felt that particularly to recruit grade 3 posts, I think Viva Voice or interview is not required. So we have been negotiating and we have been pressuring the government of the day. But till today, as per NSSB Regulation Act 2020, 12.5 marks allotted for Viva Voice is yet to be removed or yet to be done in favor of Naga Students Federation. But considering the interest of the aspirants, we felt that, and I am sure government also have to compel to reason out. And we are very positive that government will definitely take decision in favor of the students community, because this is the call of not only Naga Students Federation, but this is the call of all the aspirants who are looking to be placed in the government sector.
Introduction of uniform under traditional attires,
Right,
you also
right,
mentioned.
right.
Can you elaborate a bit on that?
See, one of the core principles of the formation of Naga Students Federation was to protect the cultural identity of the Naga people. If we happen to visit any other states, we can see that most of the institutions have the uniform in their own attire. And I have seen the comment in the social media that if in case any institution introduce with a cultural attire in the school uniform or in the institution, it will be very expensive. And we understand that. But doesn't mean that I think we have to, from head to toe, we have to come out with our attire. That in the long run, that is our expectation and that is our desire. But initially, I think we have to do something, and we have to bring a change. So we are talking about the importance of cultural identity. And in fact, in some functions and in church, our people, Naga people, used to wear traditional attire. But we felt that it should be promoted even in the institutional level, and for which we have written. We are not an implementing agency, but we have formally written to all the respective departments to effectively implement. And we have been appealing to all the educational institutions to start inculcating or to start introducing, say, for instance, once in a week. For that matter, if you happen to be an Angami, you can wear your attire and come to class once in a week. For instance, I'm Rengma, no harm me wearing a Rengma attire and attend class. Say one cultural, one day in a week, or for that matter, one day in a month. I think, and subsequently, I think we can come out with other formula to introduce effectively. So those are in our mind, and we felt that this is very important.
You mentioned that you have written to institutions.
Right.
Have you gotten any reply, positive reply from them?
So far, we did not receive any formal or official response, but we have been discussing with them, and then we have seen some institutions started introducing. So we are very happy for those institutions.
There has also been a lot of talk on illegal immigrants,
Right.
threatening the core identity of our Nagas.
Very much, very much.
And in context to Dimapur district, they have completely taken over.
Right.
If we just look at it, do you
Right.
think it's important that the Nagas are? This is the important issue we Nagas are facing, our
Right.
identity.
Right.
Or what do you think is the most important issue that the Nagas are facing today, which we need to thoroughly look into it and do something about it?
See, this has become a law, ILP, and I need not express much. But our concern is to protect the indigenous people, say Naga people. Now, our concern is we all understand the fact that lots of immigrants, or I should say outsiders, have occupied all our job opportunities. And whom shall we blame? Is that government who is not effectively implementing, or is that because of the innocent or the ignorance of the civil society organization? Lots of questions will arise. But let me cite one example. You just go down to town now. You as an individual Naga people, you just go and ask frankly, can I see your documents? I am very apprehensive that most of our outsider friends who are operating or who are doing the business, they will not procure, or they will not have proper documents. And that means we are in a very sorry state of affairs. We have been doing exercises. We usually, since we have a federating unit who is taking care of their own district headquarters, say after every 3 months or at least twice in a year, they have been operating in a sense. They used to check in their own pocket, in their own jurisdiction. But I think to effectively implement, it should be the government who should effectively implement this ILP. Now, coming to effective implementation of ILP, as we discussed with the higher authority, government have been proclaiming that electronic system of procuring ILP has been introduced. Whereas, as and when we have any visitors or outsiders who happen to reach Kohima, or for that matter Nagaland, they used to comment that most of the time that online system of applying ILP is not functioning well. So I think we will be compelled to blame the government as well. So our appeal to the government and the higher authorities to effectively implement, and also to add more point, there are also lots of outsiders who doesn't even know, or who is not even aware that to enter Nagaland they have to procure, or they have to have ILP. See, so those are the ignorance, because I think that is because we the people, Naga people at large, I think we are also ignorant, and many right-thinking citizens and leaders have been, drawing the attention that this has become the major issue, whereas I think as a people, in our day-to-day activities, in our day-to-day life, we are failing to deliver, and it is the collective effort of each and every one of us. We are not we are not stopping them to enter, or we cannot stop them to come and do business. But the thing is, are they coming in the right channel? I think that is our concern, and that has to be immediately checked.
What is the biggest challenge you faced as a president of NSF?
In fact, there are lots of challenges any leaders will face. According to me, we Naga people, I think we always, every now and then, every Tom, Dick and Harry will proclaim that we are Naga people, we are one people. But I think deep inside, I have seen the evil of tribalism, which is hampering the progress of an individual as well as our society. I feel that tribalism, which has rooted in our mind, has overshadowed each and every one of us, and which has overshadowed the progress of an individual as well as a community. And I think as we civilize together, and as we wish to live at par with the rest of the people, I think the foremost thing which we have to eradicate among ourselves is, I think, tribalism.
You have mentioned that you were a shy student in school.
Right.
But as of now, when we're conversing, it is very this on that you're a very good orator. How would you say that? What inspired you to be a student activist and then go along the way? Can you tell us a little bit more on that?
See, as I have stated, any profession, be it a leader or be it any profession, I think once we started following the inspiration which we have, I think we can always overcome any challenges. For instance, as a leader in a humble capacity, I wish sometimes I try to deliver a message or a speech in the form of written prepared speech, but those things doesn't satisfy me. So what I'm trying to say is, I think to lead the Naga Students Federation or to deliver any issue, I think we have to thorough with the issue. We have to know where we are standing, and only after that, I think we can, I think, express what is desired.
So what would you say is your biggest strength? That inspires you, or that motivates you to go ahead and progress?
I feel that my biggest strength is I have a very strong willpower.
What are your future plans after NSF? Are you planning to take on politics, or are you considering any other profession that you may take or you have in mind after NSF?
As long as my people feels that I have to serve them, I will be at their service, as well as I have lots of plans, and I pray that God will open doors.
Can you give us a little intake on those plans that you have?
It is
serving the people.
It is God who will decide, so I leave the rest to God Almighty. Yes.